Lillian Jones Horace was born in Jefferson, Texas in 1880. Her parents migrated from Louisiana, joining thousands of African Americans seeking new beginnings in Texas after emancipation. When Lillian was 2, the family settled in Fort Worth, in a growing Black community where churches and schools worked hand in hand to nurture the next generation. At East 9th Street Colored School, later known as I.M. Terrell High School, Horace developed an early love of reading. She would crawl under the family home to steal quiet moments with her books. Surrounded by teachers, church leaders, and community elders, she grew up in a world where Black education was both a battleground and a beacon of hope. After attending Bishop College and Prairie View, where she graduated as valedictorian of her class, Horace began her teaching career. Eventually, she returned to her alma mater, I.M. Terrell, where she would spend most of her professional life. Here she became far more than a classroom teacher. She founded the school's first library, gathering books donated by parents and students at a time when many public libraries refused service to African Americans. She created the first journalism department, as well as the first drama department, and gained a reputation for her poise, her discipline, and her belief that every student deserved access to knowledge. Former students remembered her presence, commanding, no nonsense, and inspiring. She was a model of Black intellectual excellence. But Lillian Horace had another calling: writing. In 1916, the year she graduated from Prairie View A&M, she completed 5 Generations Hence, a visionary Back to Africa novel years before Marcus Garvey's movement captured national attention. The plot may have been inspired by the intellectual exchange that was then taking place between Prairie View and the Booker T. Washington Institute in Liberia, West Africa. Unable to find a publisher willing to support a Black woman writer, she refused to accept defeat. Instead, she created her own company, Dodson Jones Publishing, and published the novel herself. It was the earliest known novel by an African American woman in Texas. She didn't stop there. Her second novel, Angie Brown, completed in 1949, explored migration, self-love, economic empowerment, and the challenges facing Black women under Jim Crow. It remained unpublished for nearly 70 years until 2017, when it was finally brought to light and went on to win a 2019 Indie Book Award. Horace also wrote a major biography of Reverend Lacey Kirk Williams, a National Baptist leader. Though politics delayed publication for decades, her manuscript was finally published in 1964, 1 year before her death. It became foundational reading in the Progressive National Baptist Convention, a denomination closely linked to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. In fact, Horace's work is listed in the bibliography of the King Library. Lillian Horace wrote more than 1,000 pages across her lifetime. She left novels, essays, diaries, and unpublished works that reveal a powerful mind at work. For decades, her papers remained hidden, stored in the Tarrant County Black Historical and Genealogical Society, and unlisted in major archival guides. Then, one day, everything changed. A researcher, Dr. Kossie-Chernyshev, walked into the Fort Worth Public Library and asked a simple question. Do you have anything in your archive by a Black woman? Tom Killam, the archivist, smiled, placed 12 boxes on the table, and asked, Have you heard of Lillian Horace? Inside the boxes were Horace's manuscripts, diaries, photographs, and letters. An entire life waiting to be rediscovered. From that moment, scholars, students, and family members began restoring her legacy. Her novels were republished, conferences were held, book clubs embraced her stories, and descendants who had never known her work learned that their relative was a literary pioneer. Lillian Jones Horace's story is one of resilience. She faced publishing barriers, segregation, and personal disappointments. Yet she wrote, she taught, she built libraries, she mentored hundreds of students, she preserved history, and she imagined futures where Black women and Black communities thrived. A century after she penned 5 generations hence, her own life has finally begun to receive the recognition it deserves. Her work continues to inspire new generations, proving that even when voices are silenced, they can rise again, louder, clearer, and more powerful than ever. Lillian Jones Horace, Prairie View A&M alumna, educator, librarian, novelist, biographer, visionary. A woman who wrote herself into history 5 generations hence.